Alright, guys, what's good, man? I'm kind of tired, man. I wouldn't lie. Alright, guys, welcome to another beautiful day of live streaming daily. And this is live stream just so I blow up. And your host for today, your host for yesterday, and your host for live streaming daily. It's cold and you know the vibes. Alright, today I'm just gonna be, you know, very, very calm. I was kind of beaten by the rain in the morning and this evening. Come on, showers of blessings. All right, begin to this name of the Father, Son, and the Spirit. Amen. So yeah, without further, ado, we'll be going on. Today is all about questions and answers. So I don't need to like buttress or like go around the bush. Just moving on. So the topic for today is compromise. Now, you've all heard about compromise in relationship and what compromise is really all about. So today's topic is compromise always healthy? Is compromise always healthy? Is compromise something that you should always do in your relationship, like 100? I don't know if you guys are hearing me because I'm kind of lower than I always like talk, you understand? But if I'm like loud enough, please let me know. So is compromise always healthy in relationship? Is compromise a necessity in relationship? Is compromise something that you're meant to be all in? Is it something that involves 100% intentionality and 100% activeness? That's what we'll be talking about or treating today. So that's the question for today. That's the golden question. Is compromise always healthy? So moving on, the beginning today is the word Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So I have a poll that I'll be talking about. It's a poll question. So let me quickly just run up the poll so everyone can be aware of what I'm talking about. Alpha Starboy, can you like um know if I'm loud enough? YouTube now. Stay for where? Check the link on my status. Do you believe? Do you believe compromise? Do you believe compromise is always necessary? All right, guys. You guys are welcome. I'm running a poll, please. A very quick one. So just give me a few, and I'll be done. And we just straight up healthy relationship. Compromise is always. What am I typing, bro? What are you typing? Okay. Yep. Nope. It depends on the situation. Only if, only if it's fair for both parties. Not at all. Uh-uh. All right. So yeah, I think this is good. You believe compromise is necessary for a relationship is essential. Depends if not all stay. Okay. All right. That's it. That's it. So that's the poll. Related to today's topic. So I would love if everyone participates on the poll. That way, to be more active. So now compromise. We always hear about compromise in relationships. We always hear more. You have to compromise. Sometimes you have to go out of your way, to compromise. You have to adjust yourself. You have to compromise. You have to be selfless. You have to be this. You have to be that. So today's question is compromise always healthy? Now, if you've been in a relationship, now you've been in friendship, you've been in partnership, you've been involved, you've been in one or two, kind of stuff that probably relates to relationship. So is this something that it's always healthy and something that you should always do? That's what we're talking about. So now, before moving on, what is compromise? So most of us are aware, understand a lot better of what I'm talking about. So I would love if, like, participate on the poll. It's be really nice. So guys, participate on the poll below. So compromise. Now we're not just talking about compromise. We're talking about compromise in relationships. Yeah. So compromise in relationship is when two people with different perspectives, desires, or needs find a middle ground. So now that's like, in summary, what compromise basically means is middle ground or middle point or a point of understanding or a point of agreement. You get. So in relationship, it involves when two people of different or with different perspectives, desires, or needs find a middle ground to resolve conflict or find a middle ground to make a decision. Now, the making a decision is for the wellness of both parties, or is a decision, that will be to like the advantage or benefit of both parties. You get. That's why it's called compromise, otherwise also known as middle ground. It's a mutual agreement where both parties adjust their expectations to reach a solution that works for both parties rather than insisting on their own way. Now, it may be in situations or maybe in circumstances or scenarios where you realize that you may have to go out of your way. Going out of your means or otherwise means compromising yourself. It may be in a situation where you have to limit probably, the kind of entertainment you would get, or you limit the kind of money you will spend in something or at an event or at a concert, because you would want to have fun with your loved one, or you want to have fun with your partner. So you have to limit yourself, or you have to be sacrificial in the relationship, so both parties can benefit equally. That's what compromise is all about. Please, if you just join us, you're welcome. Please participate on the poll, so it can be more interactive. That's what compromise is all about. But now, is compromise always healthy? That is the question for today. Is compromise something you should always do? Is compromise something you should always be involved in? Is compromise something that, relationship you can't do without? All right. Different questions and different, renditions that can come out of that question. But now, moving on, like I said, compromise is otherwise known as middle ground. It involves two parties or two people with different perspectives, two people with different desires, two people with different needs now coming together to find a middle ground or find a point whereby each person can feel safe, each person can feel seen, each person can feel heard, each person can feel understood in the relationship, and each person's needs, if not 100% met, but at least can be attended to and not in the expense of the other, or can be attended to and not in the like forgetting about the other. Now, when I'm talking about both parties, I mean, is that the man and the woman, or the guy and the girl, or the husband and the wife, or the fiance and the fiancé? Both parties coming together to find a middle ground. Now, both of you will definitely have your needs. Both of you will definitely have, your special desires or things you would want to do. But now, compromise involves majorly putting the relationship first. Secondly, putting your partner first, or putting your lover first before yourself. Compromise otherwise involves being selfless about activities or desires or your needs, or rather your wants, because needs are essentialities. So being selfless about your wants, but probably to see your partner happy, or your partner to see you happy, or both of you coming to a desirable ground or a desirable agreement, or rather an equitable factor or an equitable scenario where it will benefit both parties. That's what compromise is all about. If you're just joining us, please participate on the poll. Shout out to you guys. Bless up. So now, what's the idea of compromise? So understand this question: if compromise is always healthy, or if compromise is something that is very much essential to relationships. So now, the idea of compromise is often seen as essential in relationship. The idea, there can be an idea behind something, but then the act of something, or when something is now being seen. What I mean being seen, when it's being felt, it can be abstract, because compromise is abstract. You can't feel it, you can't touch it, but you can live it. You understand? So now, the idea of compromise is often seen as essential in relationship. So it's something that you can't take out of a relationship. For a relationship to be successful, for a relationship to work, for a relationship, to be spontaneous, for your relationship to reach the best of its energy, the best of its its vibe, you can't take away compromise out of relationship. So it's an essentiality of relationship, and it's kind of an essentiality of life, because if you don't have a beneficial dealings with people, or when you have beneficial dealings probably where you work or where you school, or your partnership with people, there has got to be compromise. And now compromise doesn't mean you have to neglect yourself, or you would neglect yourself. It's about you and the other person coming to a ground, or you and the other person coming to an understanding. So, hello, am I active? I'm sorry, my network was fluctuating. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. All right, I was saying compromise now is not usually about you neglecting yourself, because some persons, all right, and most persons, when we just hear compromise, you be like, oh my guy, leave me, oh my guy, free me, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Or the person is be like, okay, you want to gain, you want me to like sacrifice my joy, or sacrifice this so that you can gain. Look at you, you're selfish, look at you, this and that. No, compromise doesn't involve you neglecting yourself. Compromise doesn't involve you neglecting your happiness or neglecting your peace, but compromise involves both parties. Compromise doesn't work one way. That's why I'll answer this question when close to the end. So just stay active. I won't take long today. Is compromise always healthy? I'll answer that question. But in basis, compromise doesn't involve you neglecting yourself, or sacrificing your joy, or sacrificing your peace. But you can be selfless, and by being selfless, you can still live the life you want to live. You can be selfless and still attain what you want to attain, or get what you want to get for yourself. You can be selfless and still be happy. You can be selfless and still be, a benefactor and also a beneficiary, and also help others, like, live a philanthropic life or lifestyle. You understand? So compromise involves you and the other party coming to an agreement, or coming to a middle ground, or coming to a beneficial state where both parties, will get something out of either the relationship, or the friendship, or the partnership. So it's an essential factor of relationship, because for relationship to thrive, there has to be compromise. Definitely, 100%. For relationship to be successful, there has to be compromise. You can't take it out. So moving on, it's about finding middle ground where both parties feel satisfied, like I just mentioned. So I can be selfless, you can be selfless, but now it has to be equitable. Why be being selfless to favor you? You also being selfless to favor me. So now we are coming to a middle ground. That, okay, by doing this, okay, I'll contribute in this way. You contribute in that way. And while doing this, while you doing that, it's benefiting me. While I'm doing this, it's benefiting you. While you doing that, I'm happy. While I'm doing this, you're happy. So now that's a middle ground, and both parties are satisfied. None is feeling dejected or neglected, or feeling this guy is run me street, or this girl is run me street, or nah. Everyone feels safe and everyone feels satisfied. So compromise can be healthy, but is it always healthy? Moving on. Now, however, or rather, not all compromises are healthy. That's what you should understand. You can compromise to a level, or compromise to a state that you forget why you are even in that relationship, or lose sight of yourself, or lose sight of your identity, or you make it seem like you are a people pleaser, or make it seem like you want to please your partner, or make it seem like you want to please your friend. And by doing this, you may forget yourself. You may forget what you stand for. You may forget what the relationship is all about, and you may just be like, a whistle blower. You understand? And you're just blowing the whistle to, like, for the person to dance, or just blowing the whistle for the person to that, okay, yeah, I'm available, don't forget about me, I'm around, don't forget me, I still exist, don't forget me, I'm still alive. Nah, bro, nah, bro. Compromise. Now I'm answering the question partially, but I haven't like answered the question. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. Please participate on the poll so you can understand what today's session is all about. Now, not all compromises are healthy. Why do I say so? When compromise becomes a habitual sacrifice, or becomes habitual sacrifice, or self-neglect, it can lead to resentment. It can lead to loss of identity, like I earlier mentioned, and it can lead to emotional exhaustion. Now let me explain all of them bit by bit. When compromise becomes a habitual sacrifice, now habitual means habit. When you call it habitual, it's something that has been done regularly here, or something that has been done consistently. Now it's not just habitual, it goes with sacrifice. Now when it seems like you are always sacrificing, bro, you get fed up. Girl, you get fed up. You get overwhelmed. You may sacrifice to the extent that you wouldn't have anything more to sacrifice, that you may even sacrifice yourself. And after sacrificing yourself, the person may be like, bro, I didn't ask you to. Girl, I didn't request you to. I didn't tell you to do this. But now this is because you've lost sight of yourself. This is because you've lost sight of your identity. This is because you feel compromised about pleasing another. This is because you feel compromised about pleasing your partner. This is because you feel compromised about pleasing, your partner, or pleasing, whoever you're in a relationship with, to get the person's attention or get the person's favor or get the person's validation. That's way off. That's way far from what compromise is all about. Compromise is all about middle ground. Compromise is, girl, this is me and this is what I have to offer. The girl will be like, this is me, this is what I have to offer. How can this benefit both of us? How can we improve on this? How can we develop this so that both of us can be beneficiaries of this? How can we develop of this so that both of us can, gain from this or profit from this, so that both of us can develop ourselves? That's personal growth and personal development, so that both of us can have time to reflect on ourselves, reflect on our careers. That's self-reflection. So both of us can have time to think about our life. That's self-mindfulness. That's what compromise is all about. It's not about being selfless to a fault. It's about coming to a middle ground where you are a beneficiary of yourself being compromising also, and your partner is a beneficiary of herself or himself being compromising also. So it's all about a middle ground. Send prompts to my friend Piroka Maluka. I don't know your friend, but shout out to your friend. We see, shout out to your friend and shout out to you also. So when it becomes a habitual sacrifice, when it involves you going the extra mile just to please your partner, even at the expense of your happiness, it's not worth it. You get, when it becomes a sacrifice, that's probably, for you to get your partner's favor, you have to sacrifice, you have to do something. For you to get him or her's attention, you have to do something. For you to get him or her to listen to you, you have to do something. When you guys are like angry or quarreling, you have to do something. For you to, like, make her or like let her go out with you like on a date, you have to do something. Every time you have, bro, no, that becomes stressing, that becomes resentful, that becomes emotionally exhausting. Now when you realize that you're in a relationship or you're in a partnership or you're in a friendship or you're a union where you realize you have to keep doing things to win favors, you have to keep doing things to gain validations, that's no longer compromise. That is a habitual sacrifice, because now you are sacrificing yourself, you are sacrificing out of what you already have, you're sacrificing what you're meant to be offering. Now there's a difference between you offering value and sacrificing yourself. It's a huge difference. In compromise, now this is you offering value, your partner offering value in the relationship. You bringing something to the table, your partner bringing something to the table. Then on that table, you guys will bring your chairs and be like, okay, yes, what's the middle ground? Okay, how can this benefit us? Okay, how can this profit us? Okay, how can we gain from this? All right, how can we have time for ourselves? Okay, how can we profit and have time for our children? Okay, how can we have time, to go out? Okay, how can we have time for our careers and not neglect the time we spend for ourselves? Now, this is both of you, sorting things out. This is both of you, like cutting the edges, to bring about a fine surface that will benefit both of you. A fine surface that both of you can sit on. A fine surface that both of you can lay on without anyone feeling hurt or anyone feeling bruised. That's what compromise is all about. But when it seems like you're losing sight of yourself, when it seems like you're doing things and these things are making you emotionally exhausted, bro, that time compromise is no longer healthy. That time it has become unhealthy. So yes, compromise is not always healthy. Compromise is very much essential in a relationship, yes. But can it go from being healthy to unhealthy? Yes. When it makes you lose sight of yourself, it's no longer healthy. When it seems like you are jeopardizing your peace, when it seems like this thing is making me go mental, when it feels like I can't have peace of mind, always I'm thinking, bro, no. At that point, it's no longer compromise. It has become a habitual sacrifice, which is not really nice or not really healthy. Hey Alex, what's good, bro? Is this my guy Alex, or this is another person? I don't know, bro. Shout out to you, Alex. I have a guy. It's my friend. We're in the same platoon where we camped. That's for NYC, and we served at the same PPA. If it's same Alex, shout out to you, bro. If it's not my guy Alex, still shout out to you, Alex. You're welcome. Bless up. So yeah, if you realize that your compromise is leading to resentment, a kind of resentment that now you may see your partner you're not 100% happy, you're not 100% feeling the vibe because now you have to do something to please her first. You have to do something to please him first. At this point, it's no longer a healthy compromise. At this point, it's unhealthy. When you are losing sight of yourself, when you're losing sight of your satisfaction, and no longer fulfilled doing things you love to do because it just seems like I have to please this girl, I have to please this guy. At that point, it has become unhealthy. You understand? So yeah. Hi, Paul Jane. You Christian? Yeah, yeah. Shout out to you. Bless up. So now I've talked about compromise not being all healthy. Healthy compromises involves both partners maintaining their values. Now, this is what you should know or take note as healthy compromise. Compromise is not always healthy, but um, regarding these factors as very much essential, regarding these factors as very much prominent, and prioritizing these factors can make you understand what compromise is really all about and stay true to compromise and still true to yourself. Now, healthy compromise involves both partners maintaining their values, needs, and well being while working towards solutions that benefits the relationship. Now, you see how it's being put here? It involves both parties maintaining their values. Now, I'm maintaining my value, you're maintaining your value. No one's value is being like cut off, or no one is telling you, bro, cut off your values, or these your values are entering that too much. Nah, no one is telling you to lose sight of yourself. No one is telling you to go out of your way to do things that you don't want to do ordinarily. You get, so it involves both parties maintaining their values. That's a healthy compromise. It involves both parties maintaining their needs. That's a healthy compromise. It involves both parties maintaining their well-being and prioritizing their mental health and self-awareness and self-reflection and self-mindfulness. That's healthy compromise. While doing all this, both parties are working towards solutions that will benefit the relationship. Now that is what we call a healthy compromise. Now, can you pinpoint your relationship on a healthy compromise? Yes. But is compromise always healthy? No. But can you prioritize healthy compromise in your relationship? Yes. By doing these factors. You maintaining your value, your partner maintaining his or hers, you maintaining your needs, your partner maintaining his or hers, you maintaining your self reflection, your well being, prioritizing your personal growth and development, your partner prioritizing his or hers. Why doing all this, both of you are working towards solutions that would benefit the relationship as well. That will involve boosting the relationship bond, boosting the relationship intimacy, spending time with yourself, understanding yourself better, growing together as one, growing together as partners, living life together as partners, and seeing the world as partners while prioritizing your self values, your needs, and your well being as well. That's what is regarded as a healthy compromise. Now, for instance, this is like you work, your partner works. Now, probably it's like a 9 to 5, or 8 to 4, or 8 to 5, or 9 to 3, or 6 hours, or 4 hours. It depends, or intervals, or periodically. It depends on your kind of work. Now, this is like your partner works, you works, but now both of you still come together and like, babe, I know we work every day, I know we have to go to work, but every Saturday evening we must go out on a date, regardless of the fact that we have probably we have to go to church on Sunday, or we have to go out things or family visitations on Sunday. We will have to go for date nights every Saturday. And you're like, I'm cool. Your partner is like, I'm cool. Now this is both of you, are agreeing to bring out a day, set out a time on your schedule, prioritize a date night regardless of your schedule, regardless of the fact that both of you have to go to work and probably Saturday is the only day you guys have to rest. But no, this is like both of you come together and say, every Saturday night we go out on dates, frequently maybe three times in a month, or first and third Saturday of every month, or first and last Saturday of every month, we have to go out and have fun as partners. You understand? Now, this is a middle ground. This is a point of equity. This is a point of understanding that, okay, yes, I spend time at work, but then I still have to prioritize time with my babe. I spend time at work, but I still have to prioritize time with my husband, my wife, my fiance, with my friends. So it's about a middle ground. You understand? It's about an understanding. It's about a mutual agreement that would, you know, boost the intimacy and bond and affect both parties positively. That's what a healthy compromise is all about, and that's what you should look out for in your relationship. Hi, Aditi. Shout out to you. Hello, hope you're good. You're welcome. So that's it about healthy compromises. It's all about. It's also about both parties allowing people to feel seen, to feel heard, and feel respected. So if you're in a relationship and you feel like, oh, more, I don't feel seen, or I don't feel heard, or I don't feel understood, or I don't feel respected, know that, okay, the compromise level is a little bit low, and your partner prioritizes either himself or herself, or prioritizes his or her ego above the relationship. But when your relationship, okay, yeah, I feel heard, I feel seen, I feel respected, I feel valued, my presence is always valued, my partner always compliments me, and my partner is like, oh, more, I'm grateful to God you're in my life, and you're like, I feel same way, and I don't know how my life would be without you, but it make my life more colorful now. This is both parties recognizing the fact that, okay, both parties are a blessing to either of themselves or each of themselves. You understand? But if you don't feel seen or heard or respected, know that the compromise level is, is on the edge. Also, shared responsibilities. Also, when both parties are like, okay, I can do this, babe. You can do this. I can do this. You can do that. Don't worry, babe. You don't have to take all. I can support on these. You don't have to. No, we are in this together. We are a team. Come on, don't forget that. So you understand. So in things like this, like, yeah, is this relationship they prioritize compromise? It's not like it has to be like 50-50 or 60-40 or 70-30. Now, I'm not telling you to do ratio, but this is like your partner recognizing the fact that, babe, girl, in this, we are in this together. Don't worry, we're gonna support each other through this life journey as partners. We're gonna support each other through this life journey as one. We're a team, and I can't do my thing without you. You can't do your thing without me. So now it's both parties coming to an agreement that we are in this together. That's the support, and this support can boost encouragement. This support can boost intimacy. It can boost unity. It can enhance and foster love. And both at work, knowing the fact that I have a support system back home, knowing the fact that I have someone that loves and cares about me at home, knowing the fact that someone is rooting for me. That alone, can give you the vibe to keep pushing, and give you the vibe to, don't worry, someone believes in me. That's what a healthy compromise is all about. But when one constantly gives up what's important to them to please the other, like I said, compromise is not about pleasing the other. No, it's never that. Compromise is not about habitual sacrifice. No, it's never that. Compromise is about both parties coming to a middle ground, for the essentiality of benefiting for themselves, for the essentiality of developing themselves, for the essentiality of growing as a partner, or growing as friends, or growing as a relationship, or growing as husband and wife, or growing as fiance and fiancé. But when it seems like one party is constantly giving and giving and giving, or when it seems like one party, is wholly putting him or herself in the shoes of bringing and bringing and bringing constantly, 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 and it seems like you're pleasing the other. At this point, it becomes exhausting. At this point, it can lead to resentment. At this point, it becomes a habitual sacrifice, and at this point, it's no longer a healthy compromise. It's far from it, way, way, way off. So when you realize that you're in a relationship, and it seems like every time you have to please your partner, or every time you have to do something, or you have to, like, go out of your very own way to please your partner, or you have to do something that will make your partner probably talk to you or spend time with you, it's like you're buying time. How would I put this? It's like you're paying to spend time with your partner, or you're paying to go out with your partner. It's just like you're in a relationship, but you're paying for the services that, I use services in quotes, like you're paying for things that normally comes with a relationship or comes with a partnership. or comes with marriage. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Now, if it seems like every time you have to do something in your relationship, you have to do something to please your partner, or you have to do something to get your partner's attention, or you have to do something that requires your partner to be like, you have to do this first. No worry, yeah, ewo, swama. That's what Patako to say. It means run away. Nah, that's no longer a healthy compromise because whenever you're in a scenario where something requires you to jeopardize your peace or compromise yourself, or you realize that this is emotionally exhausting. You realize that, oh my, I can't keep doing this, man. I don't know if I can. I don't know how long I can keep doing this. I'm getting tired. When you start feeling like this in a type of way in relationship and partnership, and you like narrow it down and you realize that it's because you're mostly going out of your way to do things that originally or ordinarily you wouldn't want to do, or ordinarily it's just meant to happen naturally in a relationship, but you have to go out of your way to please your partner. At this point, it's no longer compromise. At this point, you're losing yourself. At this point, you're losing sense of yourself. At this point, you're losing sense of your identity, and it can make you lose your self worth as well, because you may feel like you're not up to as a man. You may feel like you're not up to as a girl. You may feel like for you to feel seen, or for you to feel heard, you have to pay for it. Or you feel like for you to feel valued, you have to pay for it. Or be like for you to feel, respected, you have to pay for it. No, at this point, it's no longer compromise. At this point, it's you losing sight of yourself. At this point, it's you losing the sight of your identity. And losing sight of your identity or losing the sight of yourself is like the riskiest thing that can happen to anybody, because when it happens to you, anybody can use you anyhow, because you may feel like, oh, well, if I don't do this now, this person will not rate me. Or if I don't do this, person will be like, I'm not serious. No, bro. Like I always say, you don't need any validation from nobody. As far it doesn't resonate with your value, as far you don't see this as something that will affect you or bring any impact to your life, you don't need any validation from nobody, bro. You understand? Hi, go Holiday or Gil Holiday. Shout out to you. Are you a Christian? Yes, I am. Born and bred. Uh, born and bred naturally, and born and bred by new birth. You understand? So yes, I am. You're welcome. Shout out to you too. So you understand. So that's the difference between healthy compromise and unhealthy compromise. When you realize that it erodes your self worth, or when you realize that it creates an imbalance in the relationship, it's no longer compromise. Now it's like a sacrifice. And when it becomes habitual, that is habit, something you have to do regularly, bro. At this point, girl, at this point, you have to tie your shoes. Boso. Boso is an Igbo word which means run away very, very fast. You understand? Because compromise is not about that. Compromise is about both parties coming together to support themselves, both parties coming together to form a balance that will benefit both of them. Both parties coming together to make both of them happy. Both parties coming together to be a support system for themselves. Both parties come together to build a bond and an intimacy that will go beyond just the physicality level. There's a kind of relationship that you have with someone that you guys don't have to say anything before you understand yourself. Have you ever had that kind of relationship with someone? That's like the sweetest. Like you don't need to say anything, and this person understand what you're trying to say. I have friends like that with my elder brothers. My younger brother, sometimes there's a kind of telepathic connection. You don't have to say anything. This person understand what you're trying to say, or someone cracks a joke and automatically you guys just your eyes just click or just jam. You and your bro, or you and your sis, or you and your friend. I have that kind of telepathic connection with my brothers and some of my friends. That's the kind of intimacy and bond a healthy compromise can do in a relationship. But when it's unhealthy, it affects. It's like someone is pinching your flesh bit by bit, pinching your flesh bit by bit, pinching your flesh bit by bit. That's how emotionally exhausting it can be when compromise is unhealthy, or when compromise is no longer safe. You understand? Or when compromise seems like this is sacrifice, not just compromise. When you see compromise as a sacrifice, it's no longer compromise. Compromise is not a sacrifice. Compromise is both parties are agreeing that more we have to do this. It's essential. Understand? It's an essentiality of a healthy relationship. It's a foundation that can never be taken away from a relationship. If you take away compromise for a relationship, believe me, your relationship will be able to work well. Because in life, in relationship, you need that compromise. Hi Jenny Varon, you're welcome. Holla, holla at you. If you see me drive by, holla at you, boy, holla at you, girl. So again, compromise is something that I can't take away from relationship because it's hugely essential. But now, if you realize that you're kind of in a relationship or friendship when compromise makes you erode your self worth and creates an imbalance, you can have an imbalance with yourself and your spirit man. I mean, you and your inner man, you can have an imbalance. Or when you feel like an imbalance in relationship, regardless of the things you are doing, just know that okay, this compromise is unhealthy. You have to like tweak it. You have to do something about it real fast before it like goes or you know grows to something else. So now the key is to ensure that compromise or compromises are mutual and equitable. Now the question is compromise always healthy? No. Are they unhealthy compromises? Yes. Can I prioritize compromise and have a healthy compromise in my relationship? Yes. Can I have healthy compromises and unhealthy compromises in my relationship? Yes. If I don't value my relationship and I don't value support system and I don't value going out of my way and I don't value selflessness, would I still have a healthy relationship? No, because you can't take away compromise from relationship. Compromise is an essential factor of every relationship. Give me a second, please. I'm active. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hello. My network was doing me winning one another. So can I have a healthy relationship without compromise? No. Can my relationship be successful without prioritizing compromise? No. So you have to prioritize compromise because it's an essentiality of relationship. It's a huge and very necessary foundation of every relationship. But now, how can I prioritize or how can I enjoy a healthy compromise? There are keys to enjoying healthy compromise in relationship. And when you have a healthy compromise in relationship, really, truly, and definitely, you have a wonderful relationship. These keys are prioritizing mutuality and equity. Or the key is to ensure that compromises are mutual and equitable. Now, it's compromises consistently, you know, bringing about my part and your part and your partner's part, my side and your side to the table. That's about having a healthy compromise. But if compromises, who is this? Hi Martins, shout out to you, Alpha Dakota. Shout out to you, Martins. I know some Martins, so I don't really know the Martins right now I'm talking to, but whoever, whichever, shout out to you, Martins. Bless up. Now, if compromises consistently feels like a one-sided concession, like I will always say, it's no longer a healthy compromise. It's no longer a healthy negotiation, but a burden. That's how you should see it. When it seems like it's like a burden to you to please your partner, or when it seems like a burden to you to want to do something for your partner, then at this point, at this extent, it's no longer a healthy compromise. At this point, it's now like a burden, and it could harm the relationship, or could ruin the relationship, or could be detrimental to the relationship, and can be detrimental to your mental health and your peace as well. And like I said, and I'll always say, anything that compromises your peace, anything that jeopardizes your peace isn't worth it. You understand? But now, what is healthy compromise? Healthy compromise strengthens. That's one thing you should know about a healthy compromise. Healthy compromise strengthens your bond. Healthy compromise strengthens your relationship. Healthy compromise builds your relationship. Healthy compromise takes your relationship from like a zero level to like 100. That's what healthy compromise does in your relationship. But unhealthy compromise weakens the relationship over time. You may not see it as something that is very much, active. You may not see it truly. You may not see it on the surface, but gradually, unhealthy compromise weakens the relationship. You know why? Because moving on gradually, you may be losing, vibe in the relationship when it seems like you have to like sacrifice. You have to please your partner. You have to. Oh, mama, just try. Oh, mom, me, I'm tired. But what? Nah. Any relationship that gets you feeling that type of way, more the earlier the better I run away, the better for you. But healthy relationship is strengthening. Sorry, healthy compromise is strengthening the relationship. Healthy compromise will strengthen the bond. Healthy compromise will strengthen the intimacy. Healthy compromise will build the support system. Healthy compromise will foster and enhance more love in relationship, more unity in relationship, more understanding. Because now it will be easier for you to wanna, you wanna let go of your ego and understand where your partner is coming from. Compromise is also an essentiality of empathy. Compromise is also an essentiality of communication. You know why? Because one thing is to talk to someone, another thing is to hear the person talking back to you or speaking to you. Now, a communication can be referred to an effective communication when there's no feedback. But now, one thing compromise will help you in relationship, because communication is like the most essential factor of every relationship or every partnership or every friendship. You understand? One thing compromise will do or help is that, okay, now probably when you guys have like issues, or you guys are trying to understand yourself, or you guys are trying to reach a ground that's a middle ground, that's a compromise. Now, I've shared my part. Your partner has shared his part or her part. Now, what are we going to do about it? It's one thing for me to just say, if probably I'm pissed, it's one thing for me to rant and rant and rant and rant. Now, not minding the fact that I'm pissed, if I'm able to hear what my partner has to say, if you're able to hear what your partner has to say, and now you don't allow your ego get the most part of you. Instead, you understand your partner and be like, yeah, understand where you're coming from, and I know, okay, this thing I did, I was wrong about it, and it wasn't intentional. Or you're like, okay, although I know, okay, this is what I need, or this is what I want to do, but for the fact that, okay, this will benefit us more, okay, let's do this first for the relationship to thrive than yourself. That's what about compromise. It's about strengthening the relationship. It's about doing things as partners. It's about doing stuff as team players, as teammates, rather than self, rather than individuality. You prioritize with relationship rather than yourself. And remember, compromise allows for self-reflection. Compromise allows for self-growth. Compromise allows for personal growth, and compromise allows for personal development. Like I said, healthy compromise involves both parties maintaining their values, maintaining their needs, and maintaining their well-being, but working towards solutions that will benefit the relationship. That's what healthy compromise is all about. Hi, Ozzy Musics. Do these rules apply in Alabama? These rules are not based on location. These rules are not based on where you are, or your country. Nah, these rules are rules of life and rules of relationship. For a relationship to thrive, you definitely have to prioritize compromise. For you to have a healthier relationship, a more successful relationship, a more understanding relationship, and a relationship based on mutualities and understanding rather than self or ego, you have to prioritize compromise. But then not just compromise, a healthy compromise, because compromise can become unhealthy as well. And how we can know when compromise becoming unhealthy is when it seems like a habitual sacrifice. It's when it seems like a self-neglect. That is, you're neglecting yourself just to make this person happy. That's not what compromise is all about. Compromise is just it's not just you being a person pleaser or people pleaser. It's not about you neglecting yourself. When you realize that this thing is leading to resentment, when you realize that this thing is leading to a loss of identity, or when you realize that this thing is leading to emotional exhaustion, then it's no longer a healthy compromise. That's an unhealthy compromise. Like I said, healthy compromise involves both parties maintaining their values, maintaining their needs, maintaining their desires, maintaining their well-being, maintaining their self-growth or personal development, while working towards solutions that will benefit the relationship. That's what healthy compromise is all about. So, OZ, it applies to every relationship. It applies to every location. It applies to every settlement, and wherever you are on earth, as far you're on earth, you have to compromise. That just how it's like a rule of life. It works with love, it works with relationship. So love, relationship, compromise, everything works together. So regardless of where you are, you have to compromise. That things you have to it's a natural factor of life, it's a natural phenomenon, you know, compromise, compromise, compromise. So that's it. So you have to compromise to have healthy relationship. There are a lot of times Jesus Christ compromised, so you know we can be saved and we can be safe and we can live a healthy life, or a fruitful life, or enjoy a beautiful life on earth. So compromise is one of the essentialities of relationship and one of the foundations of having a successful relationship. So answer to the question, is compromise always healthy? Nope. There are unhealthy compromises, but can you have healthy compromises? Yes, by prioritizing healthy compromises. And how can you prioritize healthy compromises? By practicing mutuality and equity. That's ensuring that wherever the compromise is, whatever the case is, it has to be mutual and it has to be equitable. It has to profit both parties. It has to profit you and your partner, or you and your spouse, or you and your fiancé, or you and your fiance, or you and your wife, or you and your husband. It has to be mutual and it has to profit both parties. That is the key to ensuring a healthy compromise. So that's it for today, guys. Shout out to you guys, wherever you're watching from, wherever city you're watching from, wherever location, wherever country. Shout out to you guys. Guys are the real VVVVVVVIPs. Bless up. I really do appreciate you guys from my heart. God bless you. I love you guys so much. Bless up. All right, in our poll today, do you believe compromise is always necessary for a healthy relationship? We had a huge percent for yes, it's essential. We have some percent for no, it depends on the situation. We have some percent for not at all. Stay true to yourself. Wow. You can stay true. No, you can stay true to yourself. But when it comes to relationship, for you to have a healthy relationship, believe in me, you have to prioritize a healthy compromise. Now, healthy compromise helps you stay true to yourself. What is you being true? What am I saying? What is you being true to yourself? This is you prioritizing your values. A healthy relationship wouldn't make you forget about your values. And values are not negative. Values are things that profit life. Values are things that are profitable. Values are things that someone else can benefit or learn from you. So yes, you can stay true to yourself and still prioritize a healthy compromise. Give me a second, please. So yeah, you can stay true to yourself and still prioritize a healthy compromise in your relationship. So yes, this is our vote. This is the poll for today, and I'll be ending the poll so we can see the votes. So do you believe compromise is always necessary for a healthy relationship? If you're just joining us, you can see joining, you can see vote, so we know your answer and we know where you're standing or where you're falling. But that's it for today, guys, and we've come to the end of today's session. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, Amen. Okay, I'll be ending this poll right now so we can see the votes. All right, so this is the votes for today. So, do you believe compromise is always necessary for a healthy relationship? 61% said yes, it's essential. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty amazing. 19% said no, it depends on the situation. And 19%, it's tied, said not at all. Stay true to yourself. Then 0%, only if it's fair for both parties. Okay, I like the fact that a huge number of us agree or understand that compromise is very much necessary for a healthy relationship. And the ones that said it depends on the situation, I understand where you're coming from 100%. But when you say it depends on the situation, it's like now you prioritizing yourself, because probably you don't want to feel hurt, or probably you don't know the situation may, if the situation may take you, out of control, or you don't know if you'll be able to, like, call down yourself for. I get your points, and I get where you're coming from. But compromise is very much necessary to have a healthy relationship. And the ones that said stay true to yourself, valid. You can stay true to yourself is very much essential. That fact, for you to have a successful relationship, you have to be authentic, because if you're not authentic, your partner wouldn't understand who you are and wouldn't understand yourself. It's you real you. But for you to have a successful and beautiful relationship, you have to reveal the real you to your partner, and likewise your partner has to reveal the real you, her real self or his real self to you. So yes, you can stay true to yourself, but stay true to yourself, your partner staying true himself to or herself, and both of you coming together to form mutualities or form a middle ground for both of you to understand yourselves better, and both of you to have essentialities that will profit the relationship better. So yes, you can still stay true to yourself and prioritize compromise in relationship. So shout out to you guys that voted, shout out to you guys that participated today, shout out to you guys that um we active on the stream today. Bless up. I appreciate you guys. So wherever you're watching from, if it's Africa, if it's Asia, if it's Europe, if it's America, if it's Latin America, wherever continent, wherever country, wherever location, shout out to you guys. These are the real VVIPs. I love and appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. God bless you. Bless up. So if it's night where you are right now, it's night where I am right now. Have a good night. Have a pleasant night. Sleep good, sleep like a baby, and wake up like a giant. If it's morning where you are right now, go out and excel, go out and dominate, go out and have a beautiful day. And may lines fall in pleasant places for you, and may favor answer to you. If it's afternoon where you are right now, stay calm, stay safe, stay collected, and stay hydrated. Mind your business, mind your business, mind your business, mind your business. But if you see where you can impact other people's lives positively, go ahead. In all this, remember and remember and remember, and do not forget to cultivate gratitude as a lifestyle. Do not forget to cultivate gratitude as a practice, because sometimes you may forget, but try to make it conscious to practice gratitude at all times, because it's a channel for breakthrough, it's a channel for more successes, it's a channel to keep you on check, and it helps you recognize the good things happening around you and the good people in your life. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for being with me. Today's live stream. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Give me a sec, please. So yeah, thanks for being with me in today's live stream. I appreciate you guys. One love. Shout out to you guys. So stay safe, stay successful, stay chasing, stay believing. Stay going. The going may get good, the going may get tough, but nah, don't let it weigh you down. Focus more on the good things happening in your life, and focus more on the good people around you. That way to keep you in check, and to keep you prioritizing gratefulness and gratitude. Stay safe, guys, and do not forget to cultivate gratitude as a lifestyle, and do not forget to practice gratitude, because it keeps you in check and it keeps God blessing over your life. Shout out to you guys. This is Live Stream Daily to Abroad, and your host for today, your host for yesterday, and your host for Live Stream Daily. It's Coda, and you know the vibes. Please keep coming through. We'll soon be having guests back to back on the different topics and different themes of the day. Even fun, wherever we'll still be having guests back to back. So I wouldn't be the only one talking, so we can hear other people's perspectives, other people's views, and other people's opinions, and so can be more interactive, and more vibes, more vibes, more vibes, because I'm all about vibes, and the vibe. It's a boy Coda. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys so much. Please say it back. Say it back. Say it back. Alright, as immediately I've said it. Peace out. I love you guys. God bless you. We've come to the end of today's name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. This is me signing up, signing out. Shout out to you. Right now, I'm sad. Alright, guys. Bless up. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is on Life on Purpose, You're trying to discover your purpose in life. You're trying to discover what you're created to do, what you want to do. You're trying to find peace with yourself. Do not miss tomorrow. Let's have a nice time and learn better and understand ourselves better. Bless up. God bless you guys. Peace out. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Please. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace, love, and prosperity. Bye. Outside.